I have the pleasure of sitting down with arguably the busiest man currently in WWE, undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
I think we're all equally pretty busy, right?
You think so?
It's a team effort going on here.
I mean, you're on the champion schedule. You've been on that for 7 months. 7 months as champion. How are you feeling?
If I had any complaints, they'd be so surface level to the point where they're not going to remotely compete with the fact that I am the happiest I've ever been in terms of where I would like to be professionally. It's a dream come true. There's some things that come with it that were surprising to me. I don't know, it might sound cool, might sound cheesy, but there's an element of leadership involved that they don't say. They just kind of plug you in. You're attending corporate meetings and events that typically you would be really out of your depth at, and you're supposed to be there and be on. And that's something that I would say has actually really excited me, because in the past, I felt like when I had a leadership role in wrestling, I didn't do well with it. I feel like I failed with it, but I knew why perhaps I failed with it. So this has been an opportunity to plug back in, and maybe there's a future beyond the actual wrestling with WWE in a different setting. It's been something I've been thinking about a little lately.
Well, off camera, you shared with me that one of your goals this past year was to spend more time with your daughter.
Yeah.
Obviously, the champion schedule, very demanding.
Yeah.
How do you reconcile that?
Even though all I ever wanted to be was WWE champion, still there is one thing that sits above it, and that's Liberty's Papa. And Liberty says Papa still, and we're trying to hang on to Papa as long as we can. This job is at contrast from being a family person. I actually am more emboldened and willing to do more work because of my family. At 11:11, twice a day, every day, if I see it on my phone, I make the same wish, and it's that those two girls never want for anything. Sorry, but yeah, no, I'm very lucky because Brandy is a ride or die beast in a sense of having followed this, knowing that we got there, and smart enough to know me as well. Because I told her once, like, hey, this was when everything happened with Rock and going into WrestleMania. I remember saying, I just want to get there. You know, if I just got there, I'd be fine. And she was hip to the fact that that's a lie. As Bailey has coined, and myself and Road Dogg talk about all the time, when you have the fever, you just have the fever. Like when you work here, you want it.
I do want to bring it back to The Rock, because you just mentioned him. Bad Blood. Before we talk about him, have to talk about your unlikely partnership with Roman Reigns.
I'm just glad it didn't become this classic will they coexist thing. We had agreed to coexist, and we did. You learn a lot too, even if you didn't really talk much. But there is something very unique about when him and I are in a ring together. Is a level of me that has been brought out. I hope I have been able to do the same.
What do you make of The Rock coming out after that match?
Maybe a reminder that Rock is not just this amazing Hall of Fame level, multi-time world champion, the hottest man in Hollywood, all that. He's not just that when it comes to WWE. He's actually the boss, director of the board, and, you know, as he's coined, the final boss. I think that more than anything is what he was reminding people, that he can show up at any point, do whatever he'd like, and everyone has to follow where the final boss goes. He picked his shot to have arguably the two faces of WWE in there and squeeze his big, you know, bald, shiny, lovely, beautiful head in there, that he's there too. I'm not complaining. If he's, you know, this bus is a dangerous spot when it comes to The Rock, but I'm not complaining because there's so many fans who still really love The Rock. I think maybe even inside I still really like The Rock after everything. But the final boss is a whole new beast.
Cody, this bus, as you mentioned, has become quite a dangerous space for you. I do want to bring up an incident that occurred between yourself and Kevin Owens following Bad Blood. In recent weeks, he said that you actually turned on him first. What do you make of that?
I can't go too far down the road or pull that thread with Kevin for reasons you might know, in terms of it's something that's being handled internally, which, again, I totally understand the question. I will ask this, though, because I can't hear from Kevin directly. is you are someone who is friends with Kevin. What do you make of a quote like that?
I believe that everything that he's wanted to verbalize to you, he sent videos into WWE. He feels very silenced right now. And I think that just like you are looking to find how you feel about the situation, he is as well.
Yeah, I think that's probably kind of a good place to leave it. Hopefully, you know, everyone can kind of come to a resolution on it. And I respect the fact that you're open to all sides of it.
Well, looking forward to your match at Crown Jewel, champion versus champion. Gunther has had quite a meteoric rise in WWE. How do you feel like he'll fare?
It's odd I want this match so much because I feel like nobody on paper is looking better than Gunther. Really been an incredible world heavyweight champion, having known him in WXW, having known what he did in NXT. I mean, all over Europe, really. This guy could chop a tree down with his hand. But I've had 2 Royal Rumble skirmishes with the champ. Both have gone my way. I feel like it's probably the ultimate test for me, and it comes at the worst time. We're heading into Crown Jewel, and then on the other side of Crown Jewel, we are not far off from Survivor Series and then the Royal Rumble, and then it's Mania season all over. And having held this championship as long as I have, wanting to hold it further, it's very tense, but I am looking forward to testing myself. I think Gunther's overconfident. Maybe all that good stuff I just said about him has got to his head. I'm going to say his overconfidence is the biggest thing going against him heading into Crown Jewel.
Well, Cody, you've been on the defensive for quite some time now. You've mentioned sharks in the water. Your biggest criticism has been that you are quite political.
Yeah, I guess, right?
And Gunther called that out
Yeah.
a few weeks back. Do you have a response to him?
I don't know if the internet's gonna love this answer. I don't think he's that wrong, but I don't think of it as political. I think about the fans who come in the American Nightmare cosplay and the ones who do the woe and all these little kids and my own daughter at home, and it just changed me. So if it sounds politically correct or if it sounds squeaky clean and, you know, PG, I can't apologize for it. And also, if you poke me enough, the other side of political comes out, and that's just bad for everybody. It's still in there, and I don't know if Gunther has to go that far to get a reminder from me, but that's not an insult. I care. It doesn't bother me. I've heard other people say it.
Gunther also said a few weeks back on Raw that what you said sounds like a true secondary champion.
Yeah.
What is your response to that?
Obviously, the World Heavyweight Championship matters a great deal. The championship is still, though, in its infancy. I think Gunther has a really good skill of getting under people's skin. You can't get me. That's not a line that I remotely flinch on. Like, this guy right here is the North Star of our business, and I am lucky enough to have it. I appreciate Gunther's outlook. I think he's the only one with that outlook.
Well, Cody, you've said that this is your North Star. What happens if you leave Riyadh with a loss to Gunther?
Again, you go into everything confident that you are winning. However, say you're right. Say Gunther wins, leaving Crown Jewel. That has a much larger effect on WWE than I think people realize. The WWE title is the title that carries the company. So if I was to lose at Crown Jewel, then we're looking at a situation where who's main eventing WrestleMania? Who winning the Royal Rumble? Which title they want? It's probably more obvious now which title they would want, and that stresses me out beyond belief, just having gone through that, because you don't want to be that one who devalues the most valuable thing in the game. But I don't think that'll be the case.
Well, Cody, thank you so much for taking the time today. Very much looking forward to your match at Crown Jewel against Gunther. Congratulations on everything, and a heck of a run the last 7 months.
Thank you so much. How do you want to end? Shake?
Shake?
The OG?
Okay.
There it is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.